Hello, it's Zoe, and it's been such a long time since I've sat down and filmed a proper YouTube video with you guys. How have you guys been? I missed you guys so much. What have you been up to? It's just been a long time and it's nice to be back. I am objectively coming back to you with kind of a clickbaity title, Why Gratitude Journaling Doesn't Work. And I just want to preface this video by saying this is my own opinion based on my own experiences. I felt like I should preface this video by saying that because the last time I made a opinion video, you guys went absolutely feral in the comments. Like, please don't send me death threats. Because I got some on my Atomic Habits video and that was a little scary. That was a little not cool, so to speak. But yeah, these are just my opinions. And as sort of background for this video, I originally planned on making a video last year where I challenged myself to journal every single day for 4 months. So I did gratitude journaling every single day for 2 months, and then I transitioned into stream of consciousness / morning pages style of journaling. And unfortunately, that video didn't completely pan out. Unfortunately, I got sick, my mom got sick, and then I lost some of the footage and I couldn't make a complete video after that. So this video is sort of the aftermath of what I learned from that experience. I originally learned about gratitude journaling from social media. So I would see a lot of different people on Instagram and YouTube post about it, and they would talk about how it was so beneficial for their mental health and how it made them happier and how it alleviated some of their anxiety. And I was like, you know what? I'm depressed, I'm burned out, I definitely need some balance and some, mental wellness in my life right now. So that's what prompted me to start this whole challenge for myself. I also feel like gratitude journaling is gaining a lot of traction because now there are companies who sell journals specifically for gratitude journaling. There's one in particular that I see all the time on Pinterest, Instagram, TikTok, and things like that. So in general, this challenge was to sort of help me understand what the benefits of gratitude journaling are, to reap some of the benefits for myself, and to genuinely assess if this was a practice that I wanted to incorporate into my daily life or not. So I did that. I did that for 2 months, in fact, like every single day without fail. I started doing it in the morning and then I transitioned to doing it at night, but I did it every single day. And as time passed, I couldn't understand why I wasn't feeling any better. Like I wasn't experiencing less anxiety or less depression. I was still stressed. I didn't really feel like it was affecting my mindfulness or my general well-being overall. And I was so confused because there were all of these people on YouTube and Instagram and TikTok telling me that this changed their life. And I was so confused because I wanted to change my life too, but it just wasn't panning out the way that I wanted it to. So eventually I caved and I transitioned to morning pages. And then after that, I ended up doing stream of consciousness, emotional dumping sort of journaling at night. But even after transitioning towards different styles of journaling, I was still really confused because everyone is purporting these benefits of gratitude journaling, but I wasn't experiencing any of it. So then I went to the literature to see what scientists had to say about gratitude journaling. And I read a bunch of different review papers as well as psychological and biological studies. And in general, the literature seems to say that the emotion of feeling grateful is good for you and that it promotes pro-social behavior and sort of nurtures a sense of reciprocity among people. There's a couple of associations with decreased symptoms of anxiety and depression. However, the studies are still kind of inconclusive. And they're trying to separate out the variables of whether or not it's the actual emotion of feeling gratitude or if it's the self-reflection process that comes along with sitting down and journaling that is contributing to these decreased symptoms of psychopathology. There's also not a lot of conclusive results on how gratitude journaling affects physiological symptoms. There are a couple of studies that show a correlation between gratitude journaling and decreased heart rate and blood pressure, but at the same time, you're not doing strenuous activity when you're doing gratitude journaling, so it's kind of hard to establish that link. So basically, jury's out, it's still kind of inconclusive, but in general, the feeling of gratitude seems to promote a lot of positive effects. In all of these studies, they term gratitude journaling as a form of intervention, where you're deliberately doing something in order to make yourself feel something rather than spontaneously feeling that emotion every now and then. So in essence, gratitude journaling is supposed to trigger an emotion of gratitude, which will then lead to all of these positive side effects and things like that. However, I feel like this chain of events doesn't necessarily happen, at least for me. I felt like I was doing the gratitude journaling, but I wasn't feeling that core emotion of gratitude, and therefore I didn't reap the benefits of being grateful for the things in life. Which brings me to my hypothesis, in that in order to genuinely gain the benefits from gratitude journaling, you have to pair it with something active and tangible in order to genuinely ensure that you are feeling grateful for the things that you are supposedly grateful about. What do I mean by that? For example, let's say I'm grateful for my friends and family. Something I can do in real life to tangibly experience that emotion is to thank my friends or thank my parents for what they've done for me, or I can invite them out for like a brunch or invite them to spend time with me as a way of reciprocating the things that they have done for me. Before, when I was gratitude journaling, I almost felt like it was a homework assignment where I was forcing myself to sit down and think really hard about everything that I was grateful for. And I would just fill in the blanks every single day. Like, I would be grateful for my friends. I'd be grateful for my family. I'd be grateful for my education. I'd be grateful for the food I ate every day. However, because I wasn't actively participating and engaging with that feeling, I wasn't reaping the side benefits. So I was just passively saying, oh yeah, I'm really grateful for my friends, but I was never really doing anything about it, therefore not truly feeling that emotion. Another example is being grateful for my education or being grateful for the food that I eat every day. Something that I did in order to more tangibly experience that was to volunteer or participate in different events that related to the things that I was grateful about. For example, since I was grateful for my education, I wanted to give back to other people by tutoring and volunteering in like these after school tutoring activities for elementary and middle schools. Another thing that you could do if you're grateful for the food that you eat every day is to work at a food pantry or a food bank and just donate a couple hours of your time. That way, you genuinely experience this feeling of gratitude, engage with it, and therefore reap all of these positive benefits, such as the benefits in reciprocity, pro-social behavior, decrease in depression and anxiety. And also, I feel like actively engaging in and reciprocating with other people strengthens your social relationships and makes you a happier person. And I guess you could ask, so why does this matter? Like, when I write things down, I feel grateful about them, and this is a problem that's only about you. Well, I feel like you should genuinely reconsider that stance if that's what you're thinking. You have to ask yourself, is your gratitude ever leaving the page that you're writing it on? Because I feel like when it comes to passive gratitude journaling, that essence, that emotion never escapes the page and stays within that journal. And don't get me wrong, I've literally filled 2 journals already. I've done this for 4 months and I continue to journal every day today. However, you have to ask yourself, is the gratitude that I am expressing on this page genuinely making it out into the real world? I also feel like for people who post on social media, so I'm talking about like different wellness influencers or journaling influencers, you have to ask yourself, has gratitude journaling become a form of virtue signaling on social media? Or are you genuinely experiencing happiness, gratitude, and thankfulness as you do it? That's something I definitely relate with because that's what I ended up doing with bullet journaling. What happened was I would end up bullet journaling not for myself and not for productivity, but rather to make content. And especially for larger influencers, I'm honestly thinking about like a lot of wellness influencers on TikTok who post about their gratitude journals every day. And I'm thinking about the research that I did for That Girl video I made last year. But essentially, you have to ask yourself, are these influencers genuinely experiencing gratitude, thankfulness, and reciprocity from the things that they are writing in their journals? Or are they writing it down in order to create videos, in order to create TikToks, in order to get paid, in order to get ad revenue? I also feel like gratitude journaling can trigger a lot of feelings of envy, sadness, or anger if you don't do it properly. When you don't actively engage with gratitude and genuinely experience it, I feel like writing about all the things that you're grateful for could trigger a sense of envy. You might be envious of your friends for hanging out with other friends more than you. You might experience FOMO about certain things. You might experience sort of like frustration with yourself and develop feelings of wanting more or feeling like you deserved more. I didn't do enough research on this. This was just an article that I read in passing a couple of weeks ago, but I remember reading about this theory where some people, depending on the threshold they're at, and depending on like their mental health level, sometimes like they feel deprived of certain things when they reflect back on things that they are grateful for or things that they have in their current life. Hi, it's Editing So and Luna here. But basically, I was trying to do my academic due diligence and find the article that I was talking about so I could cite it and show it for you guys. But unfortunately, I can't find it. But I did find the theory. It's called the relative deprivation theory. It's from psychology. And it's basically this idea that people will rate their own well-being based on their perception of like how other people are doing relative to them. I also found a really interesting article about Black Lives Matter movement and how antithetical movements to the Black Lives Matter movement rise up. It's because of like this perceived like deprivation or like this perceived sense of lack compared to like the collective like power of organization from like non-majority groups like Black Lives Matter, things like that. Highly interesting, not exactly related to gratitude journaling, but definitely recommend you check it out. I will leave the link to the article down in the description as well as all of the other articles that I cited. Thanks. So again, I feel like active gratitude journaling sort of removes that danger of misplacing your gratitude or passively experiencing gratitude without ever reaping the positive long-term effects of it. And besides, if you actively engage with gratitude, you can critically think about different aspects in your life and genuinely assess, okay, am I grateful for this thing, this person, this event? Do I appreciate it? Is this bringing me happiness? Is it bringing me joy? Or in actuality, do I think I'm just grateful for it? Is it actually bringing me joy? Or is it harming my daily presence or my daily life? And at the end of the day, it's not about writing about gratitude that brings you these long-term benefits. And it's not about saying how grateful you are. It's about actually feeling gratitude. Faking it until you make it and just writing things down for the sake of writing them down doesn't really work. Trust me, I spent 4 months doing it. Well, technically 2 months, but you get what I mean. Anyways, that's my experience after gratitude journaling every day for 2 months. And I want to know, have you guys tried gratitude journaling? Has it been beneficial for you? Or did you experience what I was experiencing where nothing really happened or changed after that? I've also been talking with my friends about this, and one of my friends, actually, my best friend, she was talking about how gratitude journaling was really beneficial for her and her anxiety. However, when I was talking about it with her, she told me that she did actively engage with gratitude and that she would thank her teachers for like taking the time to like educate her, or she would like take the time out of her day to express this gratitude to other people, therefore actually actively engaging in it rather than just passively doing it like I was doing. I would honestly love to know your thoughts. Even if you disagree, I would still love to hear them. Please just don't send me death threats or call me slurs, because that was super duper not fun from my Atomic Habits video. And yeah, those are my thoughts. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked the video, and it is nice and wonderful to be back. Yeah, that's all I have to say. Thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.